Well, hi, and thanks for stopping by the Pellets and Pistons Airgun channel. It's a beautiful May day, too nice to sit inside. I'm enjoying the weather out here, just doing a little editing. But we're going to move inside, and we're going to pick up where we left off on our custom HW95 air rifle. This is a left-handed stock, and we've been working on that stock quite a bit. We've got it done. It's pretty much finished. We're going to finish it today. We're going to do the checkering in the next video, and one more video after that when we slap it all together, we bring it out here, and we see what we ended up with. All right, so let's get inside. Let's get to that workbench and get busy. I'll meet you at the bench. Okay, so I believe where we left off, I had said I was going to put another hand rub finish over the stock, and we were going to be just about near the end. And I think if all goes according to plan, we will be. By the time we're done with this video, we'll be done with the work on this portion of the stock. From there, we'll probably do another video on checkering, and we'll call this job done, and then we'll go to work on the rifle itself and the tune that we're going to do on that. So this has a fresh coat, a nice high gloss, as you can see, finish now because I just hand rubbed it and let it dry. So now I've got some rough spots, and we're going to rub those out. We're going to start with pumice, but now we're going to do the finish a little bit brighter. After we've done the whole job with pumice, we're going to go back over again with, well, I put it away, but this is called, it looks exactly like this, except it says in very small letters across the front that it's called rotten stone, and it's a gray kind of powder instead of white powder, like the pumice is white. And that's the difference. Rotten stone is a finer abrasive, so that'll buff that dull finish up a little bit brighter. So we're going to start again with the pumice, and we're going to hit the rough spots that we find. Anywhere that I feel any sort of irregularity on the surface that kind of feels like something out of place, so I'm going to buff it off with the, there's not much, it's looking pretty good. So we just very lightly, apply pressure when you do this as necessary. If you're having a hard time with a spot, you can put down a little more pressure. And again, right now we're using the pumice, but we're going very lightly, again with the grain. A little bit more. There we go. I don't feel any of those bumps anymore, but we're going to wipe it off. We'll check it to be sure. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Okay. Like glass, folks. We're going to go over the whole thing very lightly with the pumice. Alright, so we're going to move on now to the rotten stone, and we're going to take that dull finish back up, hopefully, to a bright finish. This is pretty much your final polish if all goes according to plan. Now you may see me step down and use some more pumice in a spot. I may come across a spot that needs more work. You'll find that out as you go, just by usually, again, that little bit of drag that you get. And you're like, oh boy, something's still rough here. And you can always just go back to the pumice and buff that area out, and then come back to the rotten stone and bring it back up again. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you put a hand-rubbed oil finish on a nice walnut stock. Alright, this is that same paste wax that I showed you guys earlier in this video series that we used to lubricate the screws in order to or lubricate the screwdriver, I should say. We also use it to lubricate the screws for the butt pad, and that helps to keep the stock wood from splitting. Now I'm just putting a little bit of wax on this piece of cloth that I keep in my wax container, and I'm just going to apply that in like little circular motions, like so. And we're going to put it all over this area of the stock. Go right up through the pistol grip. Right around the bottom here on the grip cap itself. And we'll come all the way up, and we're going to do the whole stock. If you were doing a floor with this paste wax, you would do small sections, but the gun stock itself is a small section. And this wax will dry to a haze, and once it does, that's our clue that it's ready to be buffed back off again. Or buffed up, I should say, not off. Some more. All those little nooks and crannies. And this wax will actually buff up to a high gloss as well. And it can always be reapplied and rebuffed out anytime you think the stock needs a little extra attention. You can certainly do that. A little more. There you go. We'll do the very front here too, right up in the front. All right. Again, this is just ordinary paste floor wax. This is Butcher's brand. They've been around for decades. There are several other brands, and they're all pretty close to the same. So you'll get good results with any floor wax. There's other waxes that you can buy that are specifically designed for this kind of work, but they're all essentially the same. Beeswax works good for lubricating screws as well, like we were talking about that we do with this. All right, so the wax is applied. We'll give it a couple of minutes, and then we'll buff it off. Bring that shine right back up again. Okay, so where we left off, we had just applied some Butcher's floor wax. This is just an ordinary paste wax to the stock. Put on a thin coat of that wax, and we let it dry to a haze. As you can see, the stock is no longer real shiny. That's the wax just drying the way it should on the stock. And now that it's dry, we're going to go, and it doesn't take long to dry. It's only a matter of a couple of minutes. But now that it is, we're going to try to buff it off again and get the stock looking nice and bright and also protected. So this is all you got to do. Just like waxing a car, really. All right, time for you guys to have a look. There. You see the grip cap's looking good. Stock's looking good. Really pretty. And just imagine that checkering right here. We are going to not checker the forend. I decided not to do down here, although that's where your hand would normally be if you were shooting this offhand. But with that flat bottom, that's going to be really good on the bag. And I'm afraid by checkering it, I might interfere with the recoil of the rifle at the shot, which may cause some accuracy issues off the bag. A lot of you guys think you can't shoot a Springer off the bag, but hopefully if you've been watching my channel for any length of time, I've proven that theory incorrect. You can absolutely shoot a Springer off a bench. I'm sure there's guys who can shoot them offhand better than I can shoot off a bench. I don't claim to be an expert shot, but you can still get some really nice results shooting from a bag, even with a Springer. All right, so that is where we're at now. The stock is essentially done. I'm going to cut away here. We'll come back. We'll install that butt pad. All right, so hang around. Okay, so now we're going to install the butt pad. And we're going to need some more of this wax again just to lubricate those screws. The last thing we want to do is split the wood at this point. Normally I just dip the screw in the wax, but I can't get the screw back out of the pad without a lot of effort because it's a slip fit through the little hole there. It doesn't just fall right out. It relies on you taking your screwdriver and slipping it through that hole. So I'm going to do this by hand. Just give it a little bit of wax on the screw. Do the same thing to this one. It's a little too much actually. Pull some off. There we go. Just enough to make those threads nice and slick. Just like that. There we go. Alright. Now if you remember, these were Phillips head screws or cross head screws. And we've got a, I think I'll use this one. I'm going to dip that in the wax too, just to make it slippery so it doesn't cause any damage to the screws. I hope you can see this. Just going to get those screws so they're started in the hole, and I'm going to slip them here in the end, find the head of that screw hopefully. Give it a couple of turns to get it started, and then we'll do the same thing on the other end. I don't know if you can see, I'm trying to put it near view, but it's making it awkward for me. Okay, so now we're just going to adjust the pad. We know that it fits the contours of the stock because we sanded the stock with the pad installed, if you remember. There we go. Snug. Alright, there's the recoil pad installed. Now I've got a little rag that I keep on my bench, and just a tiny little rag that I keep soaked with Ballistol, and I just wipe my guns down whenever I handle them. And I'm just going to use that rag just to kind of clean up that pad and make it nice and black again. It's got some sawdust into the texture of the rubber. And we're going to try to get that out of there with a little bit of oil on a rag. And that's looking really pretty. Do the back side. This is an aftermarket recoil pad made by Limb Saver. If any of you boy, I sound like my neck of the woods now. If any of you folks are archery shooters, you'll know that name, Limb Saver. They've been around for the archery industry for a long time, making dampening products for keeping the vibration down on archery equipment. Alright, whoops, that goes over here. Alright folks, guess what? The finish process on this custom left-hand HW95 stock is done. Alright, so we're going to call it quits for today. We got a lot done. The finish work on the stock is complete. The only thing left to do on that stock now is to do the checkering. That's the next video. Then there'll be one more video after that when we put the ARH Hornet kit in the custom 95, and then we'll slap it all together. We'll get it out here and we'll get some initial results from it. So that'll be cool. We'll get a good look at it then. Stick around, but don't jump ahead. Watch all these videos. Get a real good feel for what was involved in getting this project done. I think you'll be impressed, and I think you'll have a new appreciation for what a custom rifle costs to put together, just the time that goes into it. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by the Pellets and Pistons Airgun channel. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Get subscribed. Hit the bell to be reminded of future videos, and by all means, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this one. Thanks again, folks. Have a great day.